Before we begin, I'm curious. Do you see yourself as a soft, gentle person? Or perhaps, do you see yourself as someone fiery and not to be messed with? Careful, this determines your protagonist demeanor. Oh, I thought that was actually an introduction. I'd say I'm pretty gentle. I'd say that that's the sort of person I am. You decide to play the game in sweet mode. Your character will be more mild-mannered and gentle. Wait, so if I picked the other one, I would be a lot more hot-headed? Huh. Well, I'm not gonna be going down that route, because that ain't me. I'm sorry, Lion. I never wanted to hurt you. I never meant for it to end like this. It's just something I never anticipated. You can understand that, can't you? No, I don't. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're gonna hate me for this, but I've been thinking things over. We've known each other forever, right? Since we were practically kids. And I like you, but don't you ever think about how big a world is out there? There's so much to do and see. And I'm thinking, college is over, right? School is over. It's time to move on. And we've made all these new friends since. I've been thinking about seeing Hannah. Like, Hannah from class? Yeah. I promise. It's not like I've been seeing her this whole time. I've been faithful, honest. It's just, she's been in a lot of the same courses as me. And you and I haven't seen each other much lately. You could have put in the effort! We've kind of grown closer. Whereas you and I have kind of drifted apart. Really? She's been going through a lot lately, you know? And you're putting me through a lot right now, protagonist! Her family's life is rough. She's been self-conscious about herself. She broke all her fingers in a tragic car accident, and she's been learning piano again. She kinda needs somebody there for her to support her. We've always been pretty well put together, though, right? You don't need me breathing down your neck. Besides, I'm sure you've been surrounded by tons of nice guys in your classes, right? You can't honestly tell me that you haven't been curious to try anybody else when I'm not around. No, I swear, I would never even think about anything like that. I haven't seen anyone besides you. Really? I'm sorry. I just assumed... No matter. I'm sure you'll find someone soon again. You're so sweet and kind. You'll be like catnip to any guy looking to settle down with someone. You should take this as a chance to experience new things. Get a new lease on life. See the world, maybe. You can do whatever you want, now that you don't have to drag me around. You don't even have to be scared. This is the worst breakup I've been through! What the Yeah, I'll still be around. Still friends, right? I thought fate the one that they're both bad, they're both brave, but of course not! No! It's not a good idea to stay friends with your ex! No? No, I don't think I could do that. Do you even understand what this means? Yeah, but it doesn't have to change things too much, does it? Lion, you're the best friend that I have. I don't want to live without you. I love you, but I can't do this, if that's how you feel. Don't you see how this could hurt too much? Jeez. You know, I really wanted this to be easy for us. I think this might be something we really need. If you're going to be so bothered by this, you might be too attached to me. That's not good for either of us. Just admit you wanted her more than you wanted me, Protag! If anything, this might make you into a stronger person. Well, you know what? It might. It might. I'm gonna show you that I don't need your butt in my life. I don't care if you're the main character of the story. Goodbye, then. I'll call you later. See if you're doing alright. I think it's best if you didn't do that. That was the last time I saw him. True to his word, and despite my warning, he tried to call later. Several times, in fact. I did not answer. He kept trying to call the first few weeks after, and he even tried to stop by my place, but I couldn't really bring myself to face him. Fair enough. 15 years. We've known each other for 15 years! It was difficult to come up with on the spot, but as I cried into my pillow that night, it all started coming back to me. Every single thing I sacrificed for him. How many times did I turn down clubs or opportunities just to be near him? How many times did I bite my tongue to the point of bleeding as others walked into his life and swarmed all over him? I eventually found the strength to stop my crying and take a look at myself in the mirror. I realized something that I never truly seen before. I was a shell of myself. And maybe, just maybe, he had been right. Maybe I really had been too attached after all. Maybe I'd become less of a person and more of a background character in some strange harem of his. Nothing more than an option to be discarded when he didn't see me as useful or appealing. If Hannah's the one he wants, that's his choice, isn't it? Fine then. That's his choice. He can have her, and nobody else will choose me. And I guess I'll have to choose myself. And so it was. I was not going to stay just the childhood friend character in his distant memories. I was going to live a good life, a full life. And I was going to do it without him to lean on. As it just so happened to turn out, the world was pretty big, and without him being the epicenter of my universe, I suddenly found myself exploring every part of it with no hesitation. I could cook more since I didn't have to worry about whether or not he would like it. I didn't have to wait for him to show up before going anywhere. And yeah, I met new people. Not every relationship worked out, but hey, they were fun. As long as I remember not to treat anybody the way he treated me, I was free to just be myself unapologetically. I felt bad sometimes. It felt like cheating. Almost. But I just had to remind myself that I was beholden to no one, and I had the power to keep the promises I made. When I told someone I loved them, I could know I meant it. By the time I found a permanent job I'd like and was ready to settle down, I'd long forgotten about him. The first few years he'd come in conversations. Sometimes my parents would ask where he was, or a mutual friend would tell me things about his life. He ended up marrying Hannah. So much for trying new things. That's okay. I was surprisingly unfazed by the news. It stung a little, sure, but how could it not? I discarded the news. I didn't need it. My life was good, and I was happy. Hey, yo. Who's at the door? Yeah, I'm coming! Lion? Lion. Long time no see. Wait, what are you even doing in my house? How did you find my address? Where is your wife? Excuse me? It's me. Remember? God, I can't believe it. It's been so long since I've seen you. I've really missed you. You look great. Did he always look like this? Had he always looked so ordinary? I knew who he was, but in my own memories, there'd been this golden glow about him. He'd been nostalgic for a reason, at least. Now he just looked plain and withered, like a piece of long neglected paper. Had this really been the guy I'd obsessed over so much in my youth? Had someone like this really put the wind in my sails? Perhaps the years hadn't been kind to him. Whatever it was, I almost felt pity in my chest for him. Not too much, of course. I hope it's okay that I stopped by. How did you find me? Well, I asked your parents where you were set up these days. You're telling me my parents ratted me out to you? God, why? It's still cool to some degree, I guess. He sent my parents a Christmas card last year. But what? Oh, okay, we're childhood friends. It makes sense. God. I'm not sure how many of y'all have actually experienced this for yourselves, but this is something which I think I've had a similar experience to in my own life. And it gets so awkward when, like, your parents actually try to, like, set you back up with your friend when you aren't on speaking terms with them. It is so awkward. Holy frick. Oh, that does not sound appropriate. I tried to email you. I know you changed your number, right? I tried to call you and some old guy picked up, but I figured if I emailed you, you'd get that. Have you been getting anything I've sent at all? No, listen, I don't even know why you're doing this. I think you should probably leave. It's been too long. We really don't have much in common anymore. Also, I don't use my college email anymore. I have a professional working email now. Wait, seriously? You really haven't been getting a single thing I've sent? No, not really. I thought I made it pretty clear. I wasn't interested in talking anymore. I changed my phone number? You could have just changed your phone plan. No, that's not... I don't even know what to do with this. It's been so long since I've even remotely thought of him. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I'm even processing the correct reality. Why is he here? Why does he look like he's been rolled down the side of a hill? Please, can we just talk? I've gone to all this effort. I've put plenty in, and all I'm asking for right now is just a chance to talk to you, face to face. Well, what could you possibly have to say? I don't know. I don't feel like we have any reason to really talk. Not to discredit your efforts, but what could you possibly have to say? I made a mistake. Oh, you're telling me it didn't work out with the one person you got way too smitten with, instead of one person you could have just, kept it chill with. God damn it. I've been thinking about how things went between us before, and the more I think about it, the more I realize that nothing's been the same without you. I was young and dumb, and I made a really stupid choice. I really want to start over with you. Can I take back my choice? Can I choose you instead? No, this is not a dating sim, my guy. He can't be serious. You're married to Hannah, aren't you? No, you really shouldn't be doing this to her. You shouldn't even be here. You've got the wrong idea. Hannah isn't going to be a problem anymore. We're divorcing it. Oh, so I am choice number 2. I'm not even your first choice. I'm your second choice. Do you not realize how stupid and irresponsible this is? God damn it, man. The papers are still in the works, and I mean, it's semi-official. That's horrible. I'm sorry. No, it's a good thing. It means that neither of us have to feel bad. Man, I'm starting to sense a pattern with you, my guy. It's not like I left her or anything. This is completely her decision. Feel bad about getting back together? My guy! At this point, I'd rather date Hannah instead of you! I think this was a sign, and you can believe me. Or you can not believe me. Fine, I know. There's a lot of work I need to do to rebuild things. But let's take this at face value. It's a second chance. It'd be a shame to let an opportunity like this just go by. And I've really, really missed you. After we stopped talking, I lost contact with most everybody else from college too. There's so much I want to catch up on, and there's so much I have to ask you about. Don't tell me you aren't the least bit curious about what could have been. And this time, there's nobody else to come between us. I'm all yours. Hey, my guy! God, the boy! Please, just one more chance. I think you need to leave. No, you need to leave, my guy. Please get away from me. Lion. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I can't do this. I think you should go. I'm doing fine, but I'd appreciate just leaving things as they are. Things aren't okay, and they could be. I just think we should consider the good that could come from this. From you, me. What would I have to do to make this work? I do it. I'll never speak to Hannah again. I'll never look at anyone else but you. You don't know what it's been like. I've been so alone. I just want to feel normal with you. I want our life back. Please, don't make this difficult.
What's he do? Did he leave? Did I leave? Who left?
I think he got the message. I never saw or heard from him again after that. I will admit, I was a little messed up after that. I had to cry. I didn't know what else to do. But oddly enough, when I was finished, I was right back to being fine. I didn't miss him at all, and if anything, I felt a little better. It was like a final bit of closure for me. I hadn't needed it or asked the gods for it, and I definitely didn't want him to end up this way, but I really had done my best. I put my whole heart into our relationship, and all these years later, that effort still left an impression. Out of curiosity, I went and go and check my old email later. He'd sent me over 70 emails over the course of 5 months. It was almost a little eerie to read through them. Some of them were about his days and updates he'd have as he went through them. Some of them were pages of love letters that went on and on. Some of them were biting cut downs of his time with Hannah. Apparently, things hadn't been well for a while. Things in college were almost like a dream. She'd accepted his confession and life had been so happy afterwards. But over time, they just seemed to find less and less to connect over. They shared none of the same hobbies and they couldn't be more different. She started competing in piano internationally. He stayed at home and worked in as an accountant. Eventually, he discovered that she was cheating with some melancholic guy she'd met overseas. Those were the most recent emails. She said she felt it was her job to save him, and she had to be there for him in a way that meant she didn't have time for anyone else. Surely he'd understand. After that, I guess she'd decided never to come home again. That's when he started asking about us. You never do this to me, right, Lion? God, I miss you so much right now. As I read through all the drama and venom and mourning of our past, I couldn't help but feel like
I dodged a serious bullet.
whoa, hell sad. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know. I hope he's found the same peace I have. I'm doing well, and I'm moving on. And if he hasn't learned anything from this, if he's still the same guy who broke my heart so nonchalantly all those years ago, I hope he understands that he's the biggest source of his own pain. He has nobody to blame but himself. So that line pretty much signals the end of the game. I am a bit curious about what happens if we say, let's start with coffee. I just want to know what happens in this route. I don't really know. This is a lot to process. I think I need some coffee. Would you like a cup? Yeah. Yeah, please. To be continued. Oh boy. Anyway, that was Protagonist Remorse. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. So this little something called grovelcore. Pause if you want to read the definition. But although this game is meant to be an exaggeration, I feel like it also accurately depicts someone who is not entirely emotionally mature. Because unfortunately, I have been this person before. I have been the protagonist of this game. And God, I wish I had taken back so much I've done. But all I can do right now is just learn from it and hope to God I don't make the same mistakes. Jesus Christ. Like Sauce's personal games, it's just banger after banger. But then again, I am a sucker for a good tragedy. And that's what these are. And God, I'm just so fascinated at what happens, like, in the continuation of this. If it ever gets a continuation. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And, as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.